So hello everyone, in this audio class we will discuss the 20 most important questions from the chapter map projections. These questions will be very much important for your upcoming KVS and NVS geography interview. So let's get started with the question number 1. What is a map projection and why do we need it? So a map projection is a scientific method of transferring the network of latitudes and the network of latitudes and longitudes from the curved surface of the earth onto a flat surface. The earth is approximately spherical, but maps are drawn on flat paper. It is impossible to represent the earth's surface on a plane without some distortion. Therefore map projections are required. For example, if we try to flatten the peel of an orange on a table, it tears and become distorted. Similarly, when the curved earth is represented on a flat map, distortions occur. Therefore map projection is a method to minimize and manage all these distortions. Next question, why is it impossible to prepare a completely accurate map of the earth? So because the earth is curved and a map is flat. Whenever a curved surface is transferred onto a flat surface, at least one or more properties are distorted: area, shape, distance, and direction. No projection can preserve all four properties simultaneously. For example, Mercator projection preserves direction but exaggerates area. Cylindrical equal area projection preserves area but distorts shape. Hence, every projection involves a compromise. Next question, what are the main properties considered while selecting a map projection? So the four important properties are area, shape, distance, and direction. Depending on the purpose of the map, one property may be preserved at the expense of others. For example, for population distribution maps, area is more important. For navigation maps, direction is more important. For topographic maps, shape is more important. Next question, what is meant by distortion in map projection? So distortion refers to the change in the true characteristics of the earth when represented on a flat map. Distortion may occur in area, shape, distance, and direction. For example, in Mercator projection, Greenland appears almost as large as Africa. In reality, Africa is about 14th time larger than Greenland. It is an example of area distortion. Next question, how are map projections classified? So according to the developable surface used, projections are classified into cylindrical projection. Projection surface is a cylinder. Conical projection, projection surface is a cone. And zenithal or azimuthal projection, projection surface is a plane touching the globe. For example, imagine placing a cylinder around a globe, that is cylindrical projection, a cone over a globe, conical projection, and a flat sheet touching a globe, that is zenithal projection. Next question, why is Mercator projection called an orthomorphic projection? So Mercator projection is called orthomorphic projection because it preserves shape and angles locally. Small areas maintain their correct shape. For example, coastlines and islands appear with correct shape. Therefore, sailor can accurately determine direction. This makes Mercator projection very useful for navigation. Next question, what is the most important limitation of Mercator projection? So the major limitation is an area exaggeration. Exaggeration towards the pole. The farther we move from the equator, the greater the exaggeration. For example, Greenland appears nearly equal to Africa, but Africa is actually much larger, hence area is highly distorted. Next question, why do navigators prefer Mercator projection? So because straight lines or Mercator maps represent Rhumb lines or Loxodromes. A Rhumb line crosses all meridians at the same angle. Ships can maintain a constant compass direction. For example, a ship traveling from London to New York can follow a constant compass bearing. Therefore, navigation becomes easier. Next question, what is a rhumb line? So a rhumb line is a line that cuts all meridians at the same angle. In Mercator projection, rhumb lines appear as straight lines. For example, if a ship continuously follows the northeast direction, it moves along a rhumb line. This simplifies navigation. Next question, why is Mercator projection unsuitable for world area comparison? Because area distortion increases greatly towards higher latitudes. Countries near poles appear much larger than their actual size. For example, Canada, Russia and Greenland appear excessively large. Therefore, area comparison becomes misleading. Next question, what is cylindrical equal area projection? So it is a cylindrical projection in which area is preserved. All regions maintain their true area. However, shape becomes distorted. For example, Africa and South America retain their correct relative sizes. Hence, it is useful for studying distribution phenomena. So, distribution phenomena. Next question, why is cylindrical equal area projection called an equal area projection? Because the area represented on the map remains proportional to the actual area of the earth. For example, if Africa is twice as large as Europe, in reality it remains twice as large on the map. Thus area relationships are maintained. Next question, what is the purpose is cylindrical equal area projection used? So it is commonly used for thematic maps, population distribution, agricultural distribution, forest distribution, rainfall distribution, mineral distribution, because area comparison is important in these maps. Next question, what is a conical projection? So in a conical projection, the earth is projected onto a cone placed over the globe. The cone touches the globe along one or more standard parallels. So for example, imagine placing a party hat over a globe. The hat represents the cone. This is the basic idea behind conical projection. Next question, why are conical projections suitable for middle latitudes? So because distortion is minimum near the standard parallel. More middle latitude regions extend east-west. Conical projections represent them accurately. For example, USA, Europe, China, these regions are commonly mapped using conical projections. What is the next question, what is a standard parallel? So a standard parallel is the latitude where the cone or cylinder touches the globe. Distortion is minimum among these lines. For example, if a cone touches the earth, at 40 degree north, then 40 degree north becomes the standard parallel. Maps are most accurate near this latitude. Next question, why are two standard parallels sometimes used? So to reduce distortion over a larger area. The area between the two standard parallel is represented more accurately. For example, many national maps of large countries use two standard parallels to improve accuracy. Next question, how would you select a suitable projection for India? So India extends mainly east-west and lies in middle in tropical latitude. Therefore, conical projection is generally considered suitable. And for example, many atlas maps of India use modified conical projection because distortion remains low. So next question, suppose you want to prepare a world map showing population distribution, which projection would you choose and why? So I would choose cylindrical equal area projection because population comparison requires accurate area representation. For example, if India and Australia are compared, their actual areas must remain correct. Otherwise, population density interpretation becomes misleading. Therefore, equal area projection is preferred. So this is the, and there is a last question. Suppose you want to prepare a world map for sea navigation. Which projection would you choose and why? So I would choose Mercator projection because direction is preserved. Rhumb lines appear straight, navigation becomes easy. For example, a ship traveling Mumbai to London can follow a constant compass bearing. Therefore, Mercator projection is the most suitable for marine navigation. And there is a final bonus question. Among Mercator, conical and cylindrical area, equal area projection, which one is best? So there is no universally best projection. The choice depends on the purpose. If direction is important, then Mercator projection. If area is important, then cylindrical equal area projection. And if mapping middle latitude countries, so then conical projection is required. So thanks for listening. Keep listening for further audio classes. Thank you.